Okay, this is something interesting. The IRS, there's 1 million people, 967,000 people. The IRS has money for, like almost $1,000 a piece. And these are people, you only have another week to apply for this money. It's for people who there's that many people who did not file their tax returns for 2009 and have a refund coming. So you got a refund coming, and you were too lazy to file your taxes. And because they're late, because you have a refund, you don't have to pay any penalty or anything like that. Play this next video, and it'll tell you about it. The next line is...
Here's a tip from the IRS. Hi, I'm Michelle, and I work for the Internal Revenue Service. If you haven't filed a federal tax return in a few years, you probably think the IRS is the last place you want to go for help. If this sounds like you or someone you know, we want to help you get back on track. Because if you are due a refund, you only have 3 years to file and claim it. Not only that, you may be entitled to tax credits that may result in a refund for you. Remember, penalties for not filing only apply if you owe money. And if you do owe tax, we have programs that make paying easier than you may think. We can also help you file your tax return if it's overdue. For more information, go to irs.gov or call 1-800-TAX-1040. That's 1-800-829-1040.
Now, you see, those fat... Oh, no, we don't want that one. Forget her. We'll use her next week. But, every fat cat's got an accountant to make sure they do all this stuff. So you got $1,000 sitting there, and there's 1 million of you out there. So tell your friends, anybody you think that hasn't paid, you got to get that money. And actually, they say, reading in the small print, it's probably more. It's more than that, but that's a low ball.
So if they don't collect that money, where does it all go?
Exactly. Hey, it just goes to the government. So that's your money, not theirs. Get it back. Okay, let's run the scary numbers. I got some numbers I want to make sure you've seen, particularly talking about what are you going to do in the future and where the jobs are and stuff like that. Now, a little graphic here. You see scary numbers, number 25.
Okay.
You know what movie that's from.
Okay.
A lot of young people don't. But no, let's go. I mean, I read a lot, and I'm really interested. I'm trying to figure out where the world is going. So I could get on a wave and not be stuck on the beach or whatever. And so and data is very important for that. And numbers could scare you or they could help you. Let me show these two slides here about 25A. Okay, I mean, this is important stuff. Because if you're deciding what to do, where to go. Okay, this is from a great new book called Creative Innovators. So we have to start teaching people. This is with Lynn's work, teaching about, being creative, because that's our best part we have in this country is being creative. Like I'm taking Chinese now. I'm talking to a lot of Chinese people, and they look at the iPad and say, we would never create this. We can't do that. They can't. We're good creators. So that's why. Now here's some from this book. A couple of quotes here. There's no such thing anymore as a high-wage, middle-skilled job anymore. Only high-wage, high-skilled jobs. Now I grew up in the 50s. I guess you in the 60s. But boy, with a high school diploma, you could go and work in a factory, and you were making a lot more money than I was with a college degree. So those high-wage, middle-skilled jobs aren't there anymore, and they're only high-wage, high-skilled jobs. Every middle-class job today is either being pulled up, out, or down faster than ever. So middle-class jobs of the past are disappearing, that we used to rely on. It either requires more skill, or can be done by more people around the world, or is made obsolete faster than ever. So you got to be creative. You have to get not only skills, but you have to learn that creativity. And this is what Lynn's Place does to help kids do that, because you got to go somewhere and find out how you can make whatever you're doing a hell of a lot better than anybody else can. Okay, here's another op-ed piece I read the other day that had some great data in it. Where are we going as a nation? Where are the jobs going? Okay, get the next slide, 25B. Okay. the stuff. I mean, we all know things are changing. Old guys like us know things are changing more than young people.
Right.
Because it's just normal to them.
That's right.
But it's changing. So, I mean, this article I've been reading, it's from Jeffrey Sachs, who's a big egghead in Columbia University, a lot of books and all this kind of stuff. But he identifies that the disruptive forces in our society has been the rapidly evolving information technology. This is what Lynn's into now, trying to teach kids this, or the kids are trying to teach him, either
That's
way.
right.
Globalization and the environmental stresses in our society are rapidly reshaping jobs in America. Okay, since 2008, this is the important thing, 3.1 million new jobs were created for college graduate. Okay, so 2008, we created 3 million jobs for college graduates, but 4 million jobs disappeared for high school graduates. So
Very
that's
interesting numbers.
Yeah, yeah, that's, I mean, numbers.
I see why they're scary numbers.
Right. I mean, you feel that around you, but when
Yeah.
you see a number that sort of smacks you in the eyes, go back on us. We gotta go back on us. Back on us. Oh, back on. We want to show our pretty faces before we leave here, okay? Well, man, it's been a delightful.
It's been my pleasure.
Time
My
with
pleasure.
you. And
I've learned something today.
What'd you learn? how to be
Kickstarter,
more organized. What's that?
crowdfanding,
Oh, yeah.
Kickstarter,
Yeah, I mean,
documentaries.
I think something.
Yeah, that's very
documentaries
powerful.
Is good stuff. Yeah.
I thought you had to deal with a niche market, but I think what he had to do, though, he had to market to his niche market to get them to come to Kickstarter.
Absolutely.
That's the key.
Right. But see, marketing that way is now online is
That's
done
right.
differently than you and I did it.
That's
See?
right.
And that's why your kids know that stuff.
That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you. Let's run that end of the show. I got a little Lesko. He's going to play this. You have that there to run. So go out on that. Where is that? Number 29, a video about how the government gives money for festivals. This is the thing we couldn't do that.
Hey everybody, I'm Lil Lesko, and I love hanging out in parks. Yeah, beautiful. You know, parks offer a lot of cool free things for people. You got trees, you got grass, you got walking paths, free area to hang out. But occasionally park officials and local government officials use parks to hold big-time community festivals from the government for free. I found out about just such a festival in Washington, Pennsylvania, where they have a thing called the Covered Bridge Festival. So I went to check it out.
Well, Washington County Parks, we have three what we call traditional parks, and they represent about 6,000 acres of land in the county. And they tend to be just like you see here at Mingo. They're very natural setting. Mingo Creek County Park does have two covered bridges here in the park. The Ebenezer Covered Bridge, which the Tourism Promotion Agency hosts their festival at, and then the Henry Covered Bridge, which is on the eastern end down by Finleyville.
The festival, the idea of the festival was first started as a joint idea for the tourism agency, from the county commissioners, and from the Parks Department, as not only a community activity, but it was at one time the primary fundraiser for the Tourism Promotion Agency before the hotel tax was enacted. Through the years, of course, the festival has grown. Now it's not close to being our largest source of income, but it is still something that we deal with and organize with great pride for the community, for the county, that celebrates our heritage, celebrates the heritage of our covered bridges. We're blessed to have 23 covered bridges throughout our county, and there are several down in Greene County as well, south of us. The focus of the event is not only to celebrate our covered bridges, but then at the individual festival sites, it's arts and crafts, it's food, it's entertainment, it's music, it's a celebration of Washington County. Well, there is no charge for admission. There's no charge for parking to anyone. So in that sense, it is truly a community event. There are some other arts and crafts festivals that do charge for admission to the general public to come in. We do not charge at all for parking or for admission. If you buy something, of course, you're on your own. If you buy some food, you're on your own. But the admission, the access, is completely provided free to the public. All right, here's your background. Is you're here on the Thursday before the festival starts on Saturday. So the whole Parks Department staff is here. They're weed whacking, they're cleaning this is the Parks office, they're cleaning the Parks office. We lined out where all the booths are going to be, they're putting all the parking stanchions in place, they're working on all the roads. I mean, it's getting things ready for the opening of the park and the opening of the festival. So that's why there's such a beehive of activity around here. We couldn't do this without the Parks Department, because the Parks Department, we're in their house right now, basically. This is their territory. Mingo Creek County Park is one of the most fabulous county parks that you'll ever see. And the programs that they have here throughout the year are just wonderful that they provide for the public. That we're able to have this kind of festival out here in the beauty of nature in Washington County in southwestern Pennsylvania, and celebrate it around a covered bridge is what really makes it special.
As a park staff, we do a lot of the preparation prior to the festival, preparing the parking areas, making sure that everything's kosher, you know, as far as yellow jackets and that, painting out the spaces for the vendors to set their tents up in. And during the festival, we assist with parking. Washington County also provides the law enforcement officials and traffic control throughout the park.
The Parks Department coordinates the site. We coordinate who comes into what arts and crafts vendors come in, what food vendors come in, what bands are here. We make out the schedules. We do all the coordinating from that side, plus we also market the festival as well. And we are responsible, we coordinate, put on the festival only here for the Ebenezer Bridge site here in Mingo Creek County Park. There are 10 other festival sites throughout Washington and Greene counties where the same thing will be going on this weekend. That makes the whole entire Covered Bridge Festival for both counties. We are responsible only for organizing and executing this site, but we promote all 10 sites.
These bridges are maintained, as all the covered bridges in Washington County are maintained by the Washington County Bridge Department. And they're under the Washington County Planning Commission. Parks and Rec Department, the Bridge Department, we're all overseen and run by the Washington County Planning Commission. They're nice to look at, and they're very scenic. You know, the estimates are, and it's really difficult to get an estimate, but we estimate in some years between 60 and 80,000 people visit the park for the weekend. Being here for 10 years now, that we see a lot of the same people, and we see people that come to our programs throughout the year. They bring their families, but we're also aware that there are visitors and people come from a distance to the festival.
From what we can tell, it is one of the most popular festivals throughout the fall. A lot of folks tell us they know fall has begun when the Covered Bridge Festival comes around, because we're the third weekend in September every year. It kind of kicks off the fall festival season here in southwestern Pennsylvania. It's usually beautiful weather, perfect timing, the leaves start changing. And from what we are told from the public, this is one of the best ones that they go to. If a municipality is trying to do something like this, in my mind, this is strictly my opinion, this is no standpoint from anybody else, there are a lot of other festivals that are out there that do arts and crafts things all over the place and do them very well. Celebrate your heritage and your uniqueness in your area, and if you can do something like that to hang your hat on, then I think you would have some success. You have to have a county government that is proactive and very backing of these type of procedures, these type of institutions, and that know the value of tourism and hospitality. And then you have to have great participation from everybody. Again, we could not do this without the Parks Department, our commissioners, the Planning Commission, all the folks that make these type of things happen. Midday Saturday, this place would just be a sea of folks coming out, buying arts and crafts, bringing their kids, enjoying the music, just enjoying the atmosphere, and that's what excites me. Is it's a great celebration for Washington County.
Okay, so thanks to festivals like the Covered Bridge Festival in Washington, Pennsylvania, people have a place to go to celebrate their community and also have a great time. So I'm going to start my own festival right here, right now, called the One Man Kite Festival. Give me that. Hey, look at that. Oh. For free!